The new Michael Jackson documentary, The Verdict, on Netflix has set the world on fire. Yeah. Fans are calling for a boycott of Netflix. The innocent glove picture is popping up all over social media, and people are speculating the documentary is the reason for the company's stock drop over the past week. But the most insidious part is, the Michael biopic just came out, the movie is still in theaters, and it's bringing old fans and new fans together to celebrate Michael. And right in the middle of it, Netflix puts out this documentary talking about the one thing the movie was forced to leave out due to a legal clause.
This was a man who was unique in his talent, skill, and accomplishment, and unique in his victimization of.
So I watched all 3 episodes. They cover the entire 2005 trial. And
he looked like he's out of 1992.
Yeah, he got the starter kid and play kid.
Right, but not just the cut, just like as a man.
Like he was in a time.
They don't make that quality of Negro anymore. It's over. Like he got the I had a hot top fade.
Man, Jay Diggs, man, shout out to
Jay Diggs, still brushing his hair.
Though Michael won the case, the documentary paints the picture that Michael was a monster who got away with abusing. But then I went and found the real court documents, the testimonies that they chose to leave out. See, the story that Netflix tells you isn't quite what it seems. Even the family at the center of the whole case, the Arvizos, in the documentary, they're the victims, the broke family.
I don't trust nobody named Arvizos.
What's wrong with that?
Can't trust nobody.
That's just, they were immigrants. They were an immigrant family.
Right.
They said Mike only chose families with no daddy involved, so we get a single mama and her little boys.
That's not what we heard, man. We heard it was sick. He went to cancer treatment joints and all that, man. He helped a lot of people.
That's what he was. He started out with cancer.
Why would he want Tampa with sickly?
He got the cancer up out of him.
Son.
Like a milkshake. You ever?
Allegedly. Don't say that.
The sick kid, the superstar who took advantage of him. But that's not the family I found in the court records.
It's like Fat Urkel.
What they don't tell you is this family is probably the worst nightmare for a celebrity. And this is a scam that they've been running for years before they met Michael. But before we meet the Arvizos, we gotta start with the man who put this entire thing in motion. Martin Bashir is the British journalist who made Living with Michael Jackson back in 2003. It's the one where Michael's holding hands with Gavin Arvizo and talking about letting kids sleep in his bed. And Bashir's documentary...
He said it was wonderful and beautiful, and nothing was bad about that.
I don't have
There's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to make it sexual, and it's not that way.
Son, you're talking about a man who had no childhood, man. He just trying to... She's like Peter Pan.
I didn't have a childhood. I need to sleep with the little boys all night long. It's not about sleeping with them. It was through the course of the day, the course of the week. His house is like, his ranch is called Neverland, man. I need to sleep together with them. You don't make it disgusting.
Son, don't with the Michael Jackson voice, man. Stop it.
Don't make it disgusting. We're just friends. We're just friends. I don't give a damn how good you moonwalk.
Pajamas.
I don't care how good you moonwalk. Would you let him fight to cuddle with your babies all night long?
None of my with no men. Period. Staying over the house.
But he was a boy. He was never had a childhood. He was only a boy. He was never a boy.
We all hanging out together during the day.
He wrote Thriller.
Respect.
All right,
respect. You can meet my kid. My kids can meet you. I think it's beautiful. He was an icon. Mike was truly a superstar.
Right, but I only want to be left alone with him. Why can't I spend the night?
That don't even sound right. As a parent,
that's what one of the that's one of the ladies from the documentary said, that Mike got into an argument with her because she wouldn't let her son sleep in the bed with him all night long. All night.
So why you keep saying it like that?
Because he said that's how he just bust in the room one day. Why won't you let him be with me? She's like, he can be with you. We here. We in France, and
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hanging out.
Yeah. He's like,
eating snow.
No, I mean like sleep, cake. Like have a sleepover. He's like, we all sleeping over. He's like, no, I mean like in my bed, in my bed together all night long.
That don't sound right. Son.
All night long. That's what she said.
All night long. That's Lionel Richie, man. Stop.
That's what she said that he said. Now, the reason that I feel like there's some validity to that, because the boy that she claims, that the mama claims said that, ain't spoke to mama in years and years.
Who, the Bashir people?
No, not the Bashir people, the all night long boy.
Stop calling him the all night long boy, man. We don't... We don't know nothing about that, man.
He
Allegedly.
he hasn't spoke to his mama in years.
Why?
Because she sold him to Michael.
Because she's a shyster.
Because she allegedly let him get in the bed after Mike got mad. Mike get mad at you. He take that nose off. You gotta listen to that nigga.
Take
Like,
his
whoa.
nose. He got a detachable nose.
That shit come off. You
He
see
got
them
12
holes.
of them.
See them Skeletor holes.
He got-
Why can't he be with me and spend the night all night long?
The whole reason the 2005 trial even exists. So Netflix brings him back in, sits him down, and lets him walk you through how he met Michael and earned his trust. They frame him as a credible, respected journalist who finally got the story. Right. Except Netflix
said he liked him because he was the person who interviewed Princess Diana, even though he set her up too.
Yeah, we heard that.
gives out one pretty important detail about Martin Bashir. The documentary mentions that Bashir interviewed Princess Diana in 1995, and it's a big reason why Michael trusted him. Over 20 million people
Like Dolph Lundgren.
did, and it's the thing that made his career. But in 2021, an investigation by the BBC figured out how he actually got the interview. He faked bank statements. He had a designer mock up fake documents to make it look like people close to Diana were being paid to spy on her. And he used those fakes to win over her brother and get himself in the door. So that's the man whose documentary launched the whole case. Basically,
This nigga's an evil genius.
Shaky bastard.
He was like, yo, you know they looking for you. Look at these papers.
Right.
They doing stuff to you.
Trust in me. I got you. I'm going to
got
paint
you.
a beautiful picture.
All you got to do is talk to me for a couple hours, get this big interview. Damn, that's crazy. I need to write that shit down.
What?
Bashir was a snake in the grass. It's the same play that he ran on Diana. Be the sympathetic guy in the room, but then turn around and sell them out in the edit.
Certainly when I made the documentary, there was a small part of that which contained a controversy concerning his relationship with other young people. But the truth is that he was never convicted of any crime. I never saw any wrongdoing myself. And whilst his life...
Little boy hugging on the side of the bed, clutching hands, intertwined, locked in together on the meaty part. Hugging, rocking back and forth, head on shoulder, crying.
During the interview.
Saying there's nothing actual going on. When if you got to say that.
Son, don't.
may have been a bit unorthodox. I don't believe it was criminal.
But Bashir only made the film that started all this. He's not the one that's narrating.
No, that was Blanket.
Oh, that's Blanket.
He raised him with a blanket.
This the one he dangled over the joint.
Yeah,
Caught
he
a lot
raised
of
him with a blanket all
controversy
over his head. You don't hear much from him. You hear the one lady to be talking.
Yeah, the drug addict one.
But Blanket, I don't know. He just
none of them look like Michael Jackson. They just look all European.
He got him.
None of them look like Joe.
He got him.
They don't look like Mike.
Look, none of Angela Jolie kids don't look like her.
They ain't her. She adopted them.
If she can go to Uganda
and snatch somebody,
right?
Right.
So Mike went to the
Bullock side of the game.
Mike went to the mountains, came back with Blanket and what's the other one? Prince Michael Sr. Whatever. I'll forget these niggas' names.
Trial. For that, Netflix needed reporters, people who were actually there in 2005, who covered the whole thing day by day. And the journalist they leaned on more than anyone has been on a Michael Jackson witch hunt since 1993.
Ever since the Michael Jackson scandal broke, we've gotten a constant stream of calls and letters from people making dubious claims about the singer.
Her name is Diane Dimond, and the biggest story she ever broke about Michael was a videotape, a tape that she told the entire country was real, one that supposedly caught him doing some bad things to it. By the way, I am gonna have to watch my language a little bit in this video, so just bear with me. Okay. Now about this tape, the problem was the tape never existed. The whole thing traced back to one source, a guy named Victor Gutierrez, who claimed he'd seen it. Diane Dimond took that claim, put it on national TV and on the radio, told millions of people the tape was real and that the investigators were closing in on Michael. Now Diane, she got off. The court ruled that she was just reporting on the claim and not necessarily stating it as fact.
Just like us, allegedly.
Copyright.
Allegedly.
So Michael sued her for defamation, but he didn't win. But I'm pretty sure that Diane didn't appreciate it. So the reporter Netflix is using to narrate Michael Jackson's trial as the credible voice who knows the case better than anybody is the same person who ran a national defamation news story with no evidence. And she wasn't just talking about the trial itself. She actually inserted her own opinions and versions of stories and information. She even talked about a story from her own book where she claims that she saw Michael Jackson in a Las Vegas hotel room partying with random journalists.
Yeah, I forgot. Yo, this is my favorite part of the movie.
Son, you get too excited about it. What's your favorite part?
They said when the charges dropped, when Mike found out he had charges, he ran to Vegas, booked a hotel room, called all the between 13 and 15, filled up the hotel room.
Son, be careful.
And
son.
they party hard the whole weekend.
And was drinking and using pink cocaine.
Going crazy. And then he flew. Then right before he turned himself in, you know what I'm saying, he had like one crazy weekend and he turned himself in. That's what she said. That's what they said.
All that's a lie.
That's what they said.
That she saw Michael Jackson in a Las Vegas hotel room partying with random German boys, drinking and smoking.
She got him off from Germany. He got him off from Germany.
And she caught him. She
fly him in.
Nobody else, just her. She just came in.
Fly him in.
Come on, man.
Master race. Get some of them.
Aryan.
Yeah.
Siblings.
Adolf's best. Fill it up. Give me 30 of Adolf's finest.
There's a lot of reasons why that story doesn't really make any sense, but who knows? So I guess the question is, why would Netflix have somebody that seems so personally attached and committed to taking Michael down and still try to sell the documentary as fair and balanced? Now, the reporters are one problem, but Netflix also leans hard on the people who were actually in the trial. And one of them was a prosecutor who tried to send Michael to prison. But as we're about to see, he had his own conflict of interest.
You know how every civil rights movie got an evil white man.
And that's him?
That's him.
He's a goofy. You see it in his face.
Damn them. They'll never play ball in this school.
Ron Zonin was one of the lead prosecutors on the 2005 case, working right under the district attorney. And he's one of the main voices that's walking you through the whole thing. But there's a connection that Netflix never mentions. During the trial, the prosecution called a witness named Louise Palanker. She'd known the Arvizo family for years, and she met Gavin back when he was around 9 years old. And over time, she gave them money and gifts. So you got Ron Zonin, the prosecutor, and Louise Palanker, a witness who's close to the accuser's family. And somewhere in the middle of the trial, the two of them got into a romantic relationship, and they got married a few years later. Now, the relationship wasn't known at the time of the trial, but if it had,
if it wasn't for Michael Jackson,
they would have never linked up.
Right, he should be happy.
Ronan could have been removed from the case altogether. So in the documentary, he's sitting there giving his own opinions and interpretations. He even tries to paint Michael as this evil mastermind where he pretends to be the father figure and makes them fall in love with him and say, okay, now that you love me, now let's go to bed. So that's who's telling the story. Now let's talk about the story itself, because a biased narrator is one thing, but the verdict also puts a handful of stories and claims on the screen, and they make it feel like hard evidence. Vincent Amon was a former publicist of Michael's, and he knew him through his assistant, Frank Casillo. Amon says after the Neverland raid, Frank Casillo gave him a bag with all of the things that he had from the Neverland ranch.
Oh, and it was crazy. The bag they said he had in it, it had like a checklist, and it was like go to the store, grab liquor, grab little boys, grab
rope.
Right, grab rope and
Man.
Extra rubbers.
Don't trust this dude either, man.
Like extremely incriminating stuff. Like it was a catalog with a bunch of
in this bag.
Yeah, it was a catalog of very to this degree type of corn
that was taken from Michael Jackson's home.
Right, that was all circled with I want this, I want this, I want this, signed Michael Jackson.
Son, don't laugh at this, man. It's not funny, man. It's terrible.
Send me playgrounds and jungle gyms. Signed Michael Jackson.
Inside was a naturist magazine with a section in the back for ordering videos. It had listings containing nudist families, and they were circled. And he says that this was a defining moment that changed his whole perspective, changed his mind, and it made him think that something was actually going on here. But let's actually...
So... this was something, that bag was taken during a raid at Michael Jackson's home before the court, right? So why wasn't this municipal as evidence?
It was a homeboy of Michael Jackson's who was trying to protect him.
And this bag that he took was to protect Mike. So they
was to protect Mike. So at first he was talking on some, Mike ain't do nothing. I forgot what gear they pulled or whatever, but they made him talk or something happened. He didn't get some money.
So he guilty too then. So if this is the case, then he guilty too.
Turned around and he was like, yo, actually I did take a couple things from around Mike's house. Here they are. It's all signed Michael Jackson in the back.
Right.
Take a look at it and get the whole picture. First of all, that magazine was never tested for fingerprints, and it was never entered in as evidence at the trial. It didn't come from Michael's house. It came out of a bag that Frank Castillo gave him. And nobody knows who circled the listings. And across both Neverland raids in 93 and 2003, investigators never found any of those videos. The only thing that we have about this story is the trust of Vincent Amon and the fact that he says that Frank Castillo gave it to him.
They did say in a movie that they found a bunch of like magazines though, and books, boy books.
So nigga tell you anything in this movie, man. It's depicted. It's scripted.
They have boy books. So you gonna believe the magazine or you gonna believe Fat Urkel? Which one?
Not believing no Fat Urkel, man. Leave the dude alone, man.
And Frank Castillo and his family aren't the most trustworthy people either. The Castillo family spent the last 30 years defending Michael, and literally right now they're switching their story trying to get millions of dollars out of the Jackson estate. The next thing the documentary leans on is when they raided Neverland Ranch, they did find a stash of adult magazines.
Right.
Nothing like the magazine that Amon was talking about. There was nothing illegal in the stash, but there's one piece the prosecution really hung on to. One magazine had Michael's fingerprints on it and the accuser's fingerprints on it. And they used this to argue, see, this proves it. Michael sat there and he showed it to the kids.
The good little boy said that at Mike's house, it was a briefcase that he would slide out. He'd be like, shh.
Son, I'm listening to you, brother.
They said he'd slide out the briefcase, and inside of the briefcase was reading materials.
So no, okay, they could say whatever they want. So how many times have we heard of a house raid?
It's on a slumber party,
and they put something in there. They put narcotics in there. They put a handgun or something in there just to set people up. I'm not impressed by this, man. We know the bigger picture is Michael Jackson on how much? What was the percentage of Sony?
All of it.
Not all of it. It was like 50%. Right.
He owned a lot of stuff that people wanted.
We seen this with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was about to purchase NBC. Now all of a sudden, he was drugging women back in the 60s and 70s.
That don't mean he wasn't. You can't be. That's the thing people understand. You can't do both. They can want him taken out, and he also could be, you know.
Son, I understand you're playing devil's advocate right now, but some of this allegedly.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't send my kids over there.
No, I mean, no.
He could spend the night. Well, my baby's hugging them all night long.
No.
All night long.
I don't give you sick.
Why can't we stay together all night long? To the break of dawn.
Nobody.
Break of dawn. All right.
But there's problems with that. Multiple staff members, they testified that the Arvizo kids would go through Michael's things when he wasn't even there. So a fingerprint on a magazine tells you the kid touched it. It doesn't tell you Michael.
That's how I saw all my earliest smut.
What? Son, don't.
It's the truth. That's how I used to be. You find a big ass VH tape or something, or a magazine or something.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't got to show it to you.
It's an adults, right? It was adults stuff. You had no business in it.
But once again,
really, if Mike, I hate to say it, he shouldn't even have the kids over there. Period.
He shouldn't have had them over there in his personal boudoir anyway. That's what I'm saying. Yes, it is terrible to sleep together with boys. I'm telling you, anybody else would have said that. If you remove Michael Jackson from it, it's a yes. Come on, let's be real. If this was just some guy on some random block sitting there holding a little boy that's not his on his arm, you're trying to make it sound terrible. It's not.
Yo, it's a lot of freedom with stardom. Michael Jackson was, I told you, man, he's a superstar.
Tell me, man. Kick it, Fat Urkel.
So obviously this doesn't confirm or deny what happened, but the documentary paints it as if, hey, this is what happened and how could they have let this slide? But to really sell the idea that Michael was guilty, the documentary reached all the way back to 1993, where the first allegation happened from Jordan Chandler. And the big
that's the one. This is the one. This is All Night Long. This is the one.
Not his name.
I'm telling you.
Kid named not All Night Long, man.
Forget it. Y'all see what I'm talking about.
point is the settlement. Michael paid the Chandler family somewhere around $20 million. And the way it gets framed is innocent people don't pay, and it was hush money. But that's not exactly how settlements actually work. That was a civil case, a lawsuit for money for damages, and a civil settlement can't shut down a criminal case. Now, paying off an accuser might look bad in the court of public opinion, but it doesn't make you guilty. Now, the documentary kept trying to bring up old dirt because tied to that 1993 trial comes with one of the most uncomfortable claims in the whole documentary.
They served a search warrant on me, which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my...
That's what Shorty said he had his Spotty Johnson. That's what we knew he really had vitiligo.
It's not a funny matter, man.
Because Shorty said he had his Spotty Johnson. He was like, look, man, you need to check his Johnson. I'm telling you, I seen the Spotty.
Cut it out, man.
That's what he said.
Yo, leave Mike alone, man. Man, rest in peace, Michael Jackson, man.
My buttocks, my lower torso, thighs, and any other area that they wanted.
They photographed him naked, and they were trying to compare it to a description that Jordan Chandler gave of what Michael looked like under his clothes. And in the documentary, they actually make the claim that the descriptions matched. But what they leave out is when the strip search first happened, the early reporting on it, they all cited law enforcement sources who said that the descriptions did not match.
They went out and they got a search warrant. That meant that Michael had to comply. He had to go down to the sheriff's department. He had to drop his pants. He had to do whatever said in the search warrant. If Jordy Chandler had an accurate description, if he was right with whatever he said, if he was spot on 100%, they would have hooked up Michael right there on the spot.
So if Jordan Chandler's description was a real match, why did law enforcement who performed the search say otherwise? And why didn't they make an arrest? And more importantly, why put a straight up lie in the documentary? So those are the main claims that the documentary...
I don't know. It's two different spots. They said.
Son.
All I'm saying...
Don't, man. There's nothing funny about it. It's terrible, man.
That's a weird thing to bring up and not be somewhat... Come on, man. Now, if it was a straight up lie, then okay, that's a lie. Yeah. But why did he pay off the little boy?
It was hush money.
You gotta hear the whole story. I'm telling you.
And you gotta understand, man. $14 million is not a lot of money to Michael Jackson. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong.
Hush money, but they never hushed
to make it right. But in I guess with his attorneys and his stuff, like, look, man, just to make this thing go away, take this money and just, don't put that out there to the media. This is wrong. It's no different from extortion. They could have been just on the tape. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I wouldn't trust this thing.
Leans on, and none of them really hold up the way that they want them to.
Yeah, he had a glittery blanket.
But like the glove?
A comforter like the glove. Yeah.
But the evidence was never really the heart of this. The heart of this whole thing is the family, the Arvizos. In the verdict, it paints them one way: a struggling single mom, a sick kid, a family that got used by a rich, powerful celebrity. But at one point, the doc does actually tell a story that shows the Arvizos have a history of money scams. In 1998, Gavin got caught stealing from JCPenney, and the security confronted the family. But Gavin's mom sued JCPenney and claimed that the security guards sexually assaulted her in the parking lot, and she won $150,000. And right after that, she applied for government assistance, which she later got charged with welfare fraud. So I do give Netflix credit.
They shaky. They shaky. Ain't gotta say no more, man. They sicked them on Mike, man.
Because she got a little extra.
They shaky, man.
They sicked them on Mike. Why? Because they knew Mike was
they sick the kids like, yo.
Because they knew Mike like a cancer boy. If you got cancer,
son's not the cancer boy.
That gets them going.
Or including this story, but JCPenney wasn't the only time the Arvizos did something like this, and Michael wasn't the first celebrity the Arvizos attached themselves to. Before they met Michael, they did the same thing to two of the most famous comedians in America.
Why do people keep taking up these people?
Hold on.
The boy started with cancer.
What's the time frame for this? Nah, because back in '93 and all that, Chris Tucker wasn't
nobody.
Yeah. And what's the brother right here named Mexican dude?
We know who he is.
Yeah.
George Lopez.
And this is the part that Netflix didn't tell you. Chris Tucker tried to warn Michael about the Arvizos because of his own run-in with them.
I was performing one night, and this guy came up to me, and I thought he worked at the club, but it was this guy. He said, "My kid has cancer, and he loves you as a comedian." His father came up to me again. He said, "Tomorrow night is the benefit, and the kid's named Gavin." So I said, "Okay, tomorrow night I'm not doing it, I'll be here." You know, he had cancer. So I came and met him. His name is Gavin, and he's a real good friend of mine. I love him to death. He said, he met me. He said, "Hey, Chris, how you doing out?"
He didn't even have cancer, son. They was just feeding him bleach. They was poisoning his food, had him look like that, son, like a chair pet. We don't believe nothing.
So coming in, he said, I know Michael Jackson. I was like, yeah, right, yeah, okay. How you doing? You feeling good? He said, all right, yeah, I know Michael Jackson. Then I come to find out later, he really did know Michael Jackson.
Chris Tucker, being a good guy, felt for the kid, so he opened up his life to him. Trips, theme parks, but then things started to get weird.
Didn't Chris know Jeffrey?
Didn't he know who?
Jeffrey.
Somebody said like
I'm just saying, ain't a picture with him and Jeffrey?
Yes, it was a picture with him and
Jeffrey and Bill Clinton. Everybody all together chilling. I just want to know. I'm just trying to get a good grip of what's going on.
All right.
A landscape.
He did. They say
they turned up at the set of Rush Hour 2 and they wouldn't leave. The kids are disruptive on set.
One day I was filming Rush Hour 2. I'll never forget this. I was in the middle of a scene, and Gavin's bad too. He's real bad, but I love him. But we was filming the scene, me and Jack, and Gavin runs on the set in the middle of the set.
It got so bad that they even asked Chris.
The cancer boy?
Yes.
He got up out
Gavin.
He pulled out his...
He didn't pull out an IV, man. Just started spurting blood all over. No.
Not bring them around anymore. And then Chris, he started to notice that the family was working him. They was always leaning on the cancer, always needing the next thing. Chris even testified in the trial in 2005, and he told the jury that Gavin was unusually cunning and sophisticated for a kid his age. And Chris Tucker wasn't alone. George Lopez had almost the same experience with them.
How many times were you in court and you saw him?
Twice.
Okay, and for the backstory, that was because you got subpoenaed because it was a family that you had helped out, and they just kept coming, right?
I would always try to help people, but then I'd be the one that gets messed up.
Now, putting the history of money and scams aside, the accusation itself has one problem that it can't get past: when it actually happened. The Living with Michael Jackson documentary came out in February 2003, where Michael's holding hands and talking about the sleepovers. That blows up.
It seemed like it was further back than that, but okay,
yeah,
I'll go for that.
Yeah. The time frame. This is key. This is key with the time.
Now, Michael and this one kid are the biggest story in the world. Child opens.
Look at that.
That's not his boy.
Even if it was his boy, what? That boy a teenager. I don't even care if he was 5 or 6. We ain't on the show.
12. His mustache just starting to come in. It's not like it was a full look.
I don't care, man. I don't want to look at this kid no more. They shyster, son. They shaky.
It's they shysters. It was Michael Shice being shyster.
They shysters. Yeah, they was on the tape.
Now, Michael and this one kid are...
That's right, though. You cool with that?
And if that was my son, hey, boy, what you laying on this nigga like that?
They want to be together all night long.
Son, go ahead with the all night long thing. Son, it's not funny, man.
Even if they are grifters, he's taking the bait.
Yeah. Hook, line, and sinker.
He's taking the bait.
Yeah.
They set him up.
Holding hands.
You get caught with what you like.
Biggest story in the world. Services opens a case, the police start looking around, the FBI gets involved, and right in the middle of all of that, the family sits down and films a video defending Michael.
And Gavin was the one that asked him, "Could I call you daddy?" And Michael said, "Of course." Very innocent and beautiful relationship, which everyone has.
She said later they got like guns right on this black part right here.
Son,
it's AK-47. It's choppers over here.
Son, go back just a little bit. Look at her speaking and look at his demeanor. Look at his face.
And Gavin was the one that asked him, "Could I call you daddy?" And Michael said, "Of course." Very innocent and beautiful relationship.
Yeah, because at first they was on the side, but then later They said this was when they was trying to put the case together. It was a point in the documentary. I'm not sure if they lined the timelines up. If you're wondering, I'm on neither side. I'm just, joking around and stuff. But there's a point in the documentary where they're sort of trying to put together the case against Mike. So this family, which is crucial to the case, is missing. Nobody can find them. They're like, where are they? Where are they? Come to find out, they are at Neverland Ranch. They say they were being forced to
kidnapped,
to be there. Mike and them say it was on some protection type situation, like, because he still cared for them. He was like, yo, I don't know why they got you in this and blah, 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 blah. Y'all just chill here. So this is when, allegedly, that's when this part was filmed. Anyway, I don't know. When I watched the documentary, my first thought was I felt like you. And I gradually got to where I am now. What I feel like
Where are you now?
I feel like he probably did it, but they couldn't prove it.
That's your opinion, son.
I feel like he probably did it. He did something. I wouldn't trust with my kids. I'll tell you that for damn sure. Nobody, really. And why do you want to be with kids so much? That's enough. To me, that's an indictment. If it was any regular person that wasn't Michael Jackson, I just want to sleep with this already.